What's good, you guys? It's Perry the Entertainer back again for another video, and this video is another edition of Hashtag Spoilers, the hit new web show that is sweeping the nation. In this show, we talk about SmackDown spoilers, and basically you get your results ahead of time. This is episode 14. Can't believe this is the longest running series on the channel, so make sure you guys give it some, show it some love, and hit that subscribe button down there. The magic number is 7, as in 7 more subscribers to 700. The road to 800 will begin in just a few days, I hope. But if you haven't subscribed already, make sure you go do that. Join the nation. And follow me on Twitter at the PTE Show. We live chat during Raw, SmackDown pay-per-views, and all sorts of stuff like that. And yeah, let's dive right into this. As you can tell, we have a completely new background of the Chicago Bears. I live in Chicago, so you know, drawing, parallels there. I know we lost 51-23, so any New England Patriots fans watching, it's okay. You guys can go ahead and tweet, or you guys can go ahead and comment that in the, comment section. Make fun of me all you want. It's all good. So, like I think we've said we were running Windows 10 as well, too. So that's why we have this little watermark. I have nothing. I can't do anything about it. So, let's dive right into these spoilers, shall we? Dean Ambrose in the picture. He's usually always in the picture for these things. This is the Halloween episode of SmackDown as well. So, happy Halloween if you're watching this on Friday. But if you're watching this ahead of time, then of course, you guys have a couple more days to get your candy, and kids can get their eggs if you don't give candy. That's at least what they do out here. If you don't give them candy, they egg your house and they TP your house and shit, and it gets bad. It's a pain in the neck to kind of wash off, and it's certainly not an exciting time in the life of the Perry the Entertainer. So let's dive right into this. Thanks to Ricardo. Ricardo. Houston, Texas. Big Show kicks off SmackDown and gets a yes chant going for the video that they're sending to Daniel Bryan in support of his comeback. Show informs everyone that Bryan needs another elbow surgery. I think this is the Tommy John surgery that they said that he has to have. Basically, I don't think he's going to make WrestleMania, and if he does, he's definitely not going to be. He's not going to be in a position as he was last year. He was. The fans basically put him in the championship match. The fans got him over at WrestleMania, and the fans got exactly what they wanted. That's not what I think is going to happen here. Daniel Bryan ever wrestles again, or he may never be the same after this elbow injury, and it really sucks to see a young performer like Daniel Bryan. And I'm not discrediting him for what he's done in the ring. I'm discrediting what his character has become over the last couple years as this big, overcoming the odds face, and I can't stand faces like that, so well, hell, why you guys know I don't like Rey Mysterio, so that's the thing there. But I'm like I said, I'm not discrediting what he's done for the business. I'm discrediting what his character has done to the WWE. So but get well soon, Daniel. WWE is definitely not the same without him. They have to make stars out of the littlest type of guys, because WWE is on a very narrow bridge when it comes to building up good baby faces, and I think that's why they brought Ryback back so early. So moving on, like I said, get well soon, Daniel Bryan. Another elbow surgery, just it sucks. It really sucks, especially for someone so young who was reaching the pinnacle of his career. So. The Divas Halloween costume battle royal is next. Brie Bella is not in the match as she was advertised to be. Nikki ends up getting the win. Nikki taunts AJ Lee, who was on commentary after the match. Paige was dressed as Summer Rae, and there was some good comedy. Yeah, I'm sure that's what people are going to be paying attention to, is the comedy in this match. No, of course they're going to be paying attention to the costumes and how the Divas look, because it not you can't do bikini contests in the PG era, and even though that's why 90% of the Divas were even flipping hired, was because they look good, and half of them can't wrestle. So this is just going to be one big clusterfuck. So if you guys, it seems like all the holiday ones, all the holiday episodes of Raw or SmackDown are usually just gimmicked and just really, really, really watered down. But it makes sense because it's for the kids and all that stuff. At least around Halloween and Christmas and all that stuff. That's why it makes sense to me to do that. So because it's for families and all that stuff. At least like next Monday on Raw is going to be like all sorts of guys. But like if it's holidays, you gather the family, and it makes sense for family programming and stuff. I know the PG rating is really going to hurt it, but I've said it on Twitter. The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air was PG, and that's everyone, almost a good portion of my friends, it's one of their favorite shows of all time, and that was PG. So Speak of the Devil, I'm also watching it on MTV right now on their little throw block thing that they do every morning. So yeah, even though it's not really morning, it's kind of what about 13 to 1, something like that. I can't tell time like that. It's about 1. It's almost 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Seth Rollins, Kane, Joey Mercury, and Jamie Noble come out for a promo. So the Authority come out to give a promo for who? Probably Randy Orton, but I don't know. Joey Mercury and Jamie Noble. It's funny how people just consider them kind of like the jokers of like the jesters and everything. It's funny. Um, they're labeled as the cruiserweight division, just those two alone. So that's funny. Kane defeats Dolph Ziggler in a non-title match, so it's like another rematch from Raw. Rollins attacks Ziggler and beat him down after the match. So are they setting up Rollins versus Ziggler for the belt, or are they trying to set up like Randy Orton coming in to save Ziggler one of these times, and Orton and Rollins kind of getting involved? I mean, I mean, it looks like they are leaning towards putting Ziggler in Team Cena for the Team Authority versus Team Cena match at Survivor Series. That's what it looks like they're gonna do. So Mercury and Noble join in on the beatdown to Ziggler. Ziggler is ordered into a match against Rollins. Rollins quickly defeats Ziggler. So Ziggler loses to Kane and Rollins. So one of the I see they are looks like they are leading towards putting Ziggler in Team Cena. Or hey, maybe they might go with a huge backstab or something like that and put Ziggler in the Authority. That'd be pretty cool. I think that'd be pretty cool to see. But kind of let him take the place of Randy Orton, which would be it would make sense. Make Ziggler a heel again and make him look like a mastermind. It'd be pretty cool. Um, Ryback squashes Heath Slater, who was dressed as a scarecrow. I've said it on my Raw recap. I love seeing Feed Me More Ryback back. WWE's in a bad state right now with their baby faces. They got Dean Ambrose and John Cena pretty much leading the helm. They do need that third big baby face, and I don't think Sheamus is that anymore. So I think bringing Ryback back as the baby face, bringing him back to his roots as the Feed Me More guy, it's good, and I'm glad to see him. And I'm glad to see that a lot of fans are actually accepting him, especially after what they couldn't stand him 2 years ago when he was fighting Punk and he replaced Cena and all that stuff. People couldn't stand him. Oh my God, we hate Ryback. Ryback's so stupid. Blah blah. He can't work and all this shit. I'm not hearing you guys now, so it's cool. Like I said, it's good to see Ryback back in the WWE, and it looks like he's looking for a promising push this time. So, Miz TV with Damian Sandow, and The Miz is next. There's a lot of pumpkins and Halloween decorations set up. Mark Henry is their guest. Henry rips Big Show, leading to Big Show making his way out. They end up brawling, and Henry sends Show crashing through the barrier. So they are making Henry look like the 2011 Mark Henry, which is awesome. It's awesome, but at the same time, in the 2011 Henry at least had a push towards the World Championship. Now that the World Championship is on Brock Lesnar and he's not on TV all the time, it really just I think it devalues the Mark Henry turn. And I know we all should be, marking out that, oh yeah, Mark Henry's back to being the killer heel that he used to be. He's got no purpose anymore. He's got no purpose. The champion shows up every other day or every other month, maybe. So they can't push him towards winning a championship. So really doing another Big Show Mark Henry feud is really going to do absolutely nothing except keep both guys relevant and on TV. And from what it looks like, oh no, never mind, he's right here. Okay. Rusev wasn't even on Monday's Raw, so it looks like they're just done with the Rusev versus Big Show and Rusev versus Mark Henry feud. But using Miz TV, yeah, it keeps him on. It gives Miz kind of some spotlight and keeps him relevant on TV. But it's like not doing anything with him. I think. Well, no, I mean, especially if you look right here where it says Sheamus is coming or Rusev's coming for Sheamus's title, puts Miz kind of in a crossroads here. He's got no one to work with. Now he's just on TV just because, and I honestly think it's just because of Damian Sandow and how over he is with the crowd. So, it's really crucial at this point, for heels like the Miz who are on the rise and could main event someday, especially with the gimmick that he has right now. It's not looking too good. We'll just say that. Los Matadors defeat. You've got to be kidding me. So the Bullfighters beat Star and Goldust in a non-title match. So they're going to start pushing Los Matadors toward the championship. Really? Really? That came completely out of nowhere. Let's keep burying the tag team champions. And yes, I said burying, because they are, especially in all these six-man tag matches that they've had over the last couple months. They're being buried because they've lost every one of them, and they get one good win against the Usos, and all of a sudden they should be considered champions, and they should be considered like contenders. Like, you get what I mean? Like, they should be considered like a real team because they got one good win at a Hell in a Cell pay-per-view? Please. They're a joke. Rusev defeated the Great Khali. Rusev and Lana cut promos and say Rusev is coming after Sheamus' U.S. Championship. This is the feud that we've actually been waiting for, was for Rusev to win a mid-card championship, and it looks like they are going to be pushing him towards beating Sheamus sometime in the future for the championship. And imagine how much heat Rusev will get if he wins the United States Championship. A Russian winning the United States Championship. A Russian who hates America and can't stand the soil that any of us walk on and all that stuff. I mean, granted, you're winning a U.S. Championship that's not exactly a U.S. Championship, since it's being held by an Irishman and has been feuded with a Swissman and a Mexican and, a fucking, Antarctican, a fucking penguin next. I don't know. But I wouldn't mind seeing Rusev win the championship. I think it would bring some legitimacy back to the championship, and that's saying a lot because Sheamus hasn't done a whole lot with it. So he's just kind of holding it, and because he's such a star in WWE, and people think when people think of WWE, they think of Sheamus being like the seventh, eighth, maybe even ninth guy in the company. Putting the U.S. Championship on him, that was what WWE's intent was to keep it relevant by keeping it on a face that draws, basically, is what I'm saying. So giving it to Rusev, who's on the rise, and he's looking dominant. He's looking even more dominant every week. It's very good, and I think putting the belt on Rusev's got to be the best thing for that championship. Bray Wyatt comes to the ring for a promo in his rocking chair. It's. I said it on my Raw recap. I said that it seems like he's more menacing as his scary individual, this scary entity in WWE without Harper and Rowan behind him. I mean, of course, I'm more interested to see what they are going to do with Rowan and Harper after they come back and re establish themselves as single stars. And Bray Wyatt's doing a damn good job of cementing himself in a real position in WWE, especially being, after the year that he's had, losing to Cena, I mean, yeah, he kind of won the feud against Jericho, but at what cost? I mean, he really didn't gain anything out of it. We just kind of saw, two guys who work amazing on the mic kind of just talk, and then in the ring, they really didn't do a whole lot. So, putting him in this feud with Dean Ambrose, which, by the way, I'm just going to say for the record, I have been calling since before SummerSlam. I've been calling this feud was going to happen. Of course, I thought it was going to happen around WrestleMania time, and doesn't look like that's what's going to happen. I mean, it could. It could result in, Bray versus Dean at WrestleMania. I think that'd be pretty cool to see, two, new stars, who have kind of same mentality when it comes to, their mental state, I think I said it on my Raw recap. I said that this has a possibility of bringing up, I'm not going to say a new era in wrestling, but it enhances the era that we are already in, I think. And, putting Bray versus Dean, two guys who can really work in the ring if they're put against, great guys. And I'm not going to say that they need to be carried. Dean Ambrose, not at all. I mean, Bray Wyatt, he can work, but when he's in the ring with someone that's better than him, it's a lot it's a lot better to see. And Bray Wyatt talking is just, everyone shuts up and listens because he's got the same thing as Lana, and all for all the wrong reasons. The main event is Cesaro versus Ambrose in a trick or street fight. Okay. There are pumpkins and other decorations all around the ring. Ambrose was great in this match and put pumpkins over Cesaro's head. Ambrose gets the win. This was said to be a very fun match. Well, they had, I think it wasn't a hardcore match, but they had like I don't remember if it was a street fight or I don't remember what it was. Maybe we went over it on one of these episodes. I think it was like an Extreme Rules match or something like that, and they tore the house down with that. So I wouldn't mind seeing Cesaro and Ambrose kind of in like a gimmicky Halloween gimmicky match. I mean, I'm more upset that the Boogeyman didn't show up actually than this show. I actually think this show's pretty enjoyable for being a holiday episode of SmackDown. Um, I'll definitely check it out if I get the chance. But what do you guys think? Are you guys gonna watch SmackDown this week? Just looking at the results here, it looks to just be a very fun and family gathering night, and I think that's what WWE kind of needs to do. Um, with not really with SmackDown, but it just kind of like with their holiday specials, they gotta make them seem enjoyable without looking just cheesy and just bland and all that stuff. With this, it looks good. It gets some storylines over. It starts some storylines with some Rusev stuff. Rusev versus Sheamus, Matadors and the Dust Boys. Um, it starts up the Mark Henry heel run again with Big Show. Starts up maybe Nikki versus AJ for the championship. A lot of good stuff looks like it could be coming out of this week's SmackDown. So let me know what you guys have to say about this. And until next time, I am out. Perry the Entertainer signing out. Peace. Thank you guys for watching. And by the way, before we tune out, November 3rd on this channel is a special video is going to come out, and it's going to be about this show in the future of hashtag spoilers. I've had it up for a little while now. It's been unlisted, but I'm definitely going to put it out to the public on November the 3rd. So make sure you guys tune in for that. I think that's Saturday or Sunday, or no, I think that's Sunday actually. So keep your eyes peeled out for Sunday when a major announcement concerning the show and all that stuff is going to be coming out November the 3rd. So until next time, this is Perry the Entertainer signing out. Peace. I hope you guys enjoyed.